Hi, Natalia. This is Tooba. How are you doing?
Hi, Tooba. My pleasure having me here with you.
I'm good as well. So, hi everyone. This is Tooba from Ontime Training and Consultancy Services, and we are here to celebrate the success of our PfMP delegate, Natalia from Colombia. She has earned her PfMP last week with above target actually, and this is a huge success which demanded celebration. So we are here to learn from her experience, from her journey, and we would like to share. We would like her to share some useful insights, some tips that could be helpful for the other PfMP delegates on their journey. So, Natalia, we are going to begin our conversation with a brief introduction of yours. I mean, like just
Okay.
1 to 2 minute introduction, so that people know that where you are coming from and what is your professional journey, and then we will begin with the PfMP-oriented conversation.
Well, thank you, Tooba, again for having me here from Colombia, Latin America. And I'm from Bogota, living in Bogota, and I'm working on company of energy. Currently, I've been working there for 3 years, and actually I'm working on strategy field. I commented with Tooba that the PfMP is not a popular certification in Latin America now yet. I thought that, I was thinking about the future and about the certification can give me to me and to my region and to my sector here in Colombia and Latin America. And I have 14 years experience in oil and gas sector, energy sector, and strategy field and projects field. That's me. It was a good journey with Tooba and to get a certification can make an impact in my region. Well, that's it.
Thank you so much, Natalia. That's such a fantastic introduction of yours. And yes, I know your profile. You are actually an accomplished professional with 10 plus years of experience in strategy and management. And you do have PMP as well. And I understand. I do have a couple of delegates from Latin America, and I understand that PMI is not that emerged in this region. In Central America or in North America, of course, Canada, USA, it's very, very much popular. But in your region, maybe PMP is popular. PMP is popular
Yes.
everywhere. So at least people, management professionals prefer to go for PMP, no matter what. But yes, when it comes to PfMP, and I mean, it's a high class certification. It's an elite certification. And you are right. I don't think there are too many professionals from Latin America who possess PfMP. So, how do you think you are going to utilize this credential in your region, in your current organization, or maybe in any prospective organization? How you are going to implement what you have learned in the strategy and governance areas in PfMP?
Currently my company is implementing the portfolio methodologies and procedures, but they doesn't know how it is about. I think I can begin a journey of consultant, and I think in some years the portfolio management will be the future of project management. I mean, honestly, Latin America region still thinking about the cost, scope, and schedule. That's not enough. It's not enough. The companies need more value to focuses on investment pretty well and share the money will come back. That's my vision. You know, in Colombia, there are 8 people with the PfMP certification with me. And I think it's it's a journey, and I would like to introduce standard methodologies step by step. Because when the board of members or executive team understand the importance and relevance of to make a good investment, make the investment in the correct projects and the correct programs, that will be pretty different. That's my challenge. Maybe not in this company, but I think that would be the future here.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm glad to hear this, that you are thinking on those lines, that investing in the right initiatives, going with the right priorities, strategic priorities, I would say, not like based on our personal opinion, but be in the interest of the organization. And this is like I would say it's a big problem. Many times the professionals who are doing projects and programs, when you ask them why you are doing these projects, why you are in these programs, so the only answer that they could come up with is like, because my organization want me to do so. I mean, they don't have any I would say they don't have any practical reasoning of why they are in that initiative or how that helps their organization. So this is exactly the concept of portfolio management, that the organizations do the right projects, do the right work in the under that umbrella, and accordingly they will utilize their resources, they will utilize their reserves, they will utilize their talent in the right way. So yeah, I'm very glad to hear that you have actually a vision for yourself. It's not just a badge for you. You are actually aiming to utilize that in a more practical way. Okay, so Natalia, while doing PfMP, based on your PMP based learning and knowledge from PMI, did you find it helpful? What I'm trying to ask over here is, do you think that other PMI credentials help in this type of skill set, or do you think that if someone is not even PMP or PgMP certified, they can directly go for PfMP as well?
Get PfMP after PMP. I get the certification on 13, 14 years old ago, and I decided to get the PfMP certification immediately because I'm working on a strategy, and I understand the strategy world pretty well. I have experience. I had in this moment the opportunity to advise a big company in the strategy journey and the energy transition, and I'm working on topics of high level, and I think the program management it's in this moment wasn't right to me. The right certification was the PfMP. And here in Colombia, there are some PfMP PgMP certification, professional certification, certified more than PfMP. But I think it's a strategy to understand the investment benefits. It's kind of journey more mature than the portfolio is. I like the portfolios world more than programs.
Yeah, because portfolios, yeah, you're at a more I would say at a more strategic, at a more executive level. And when you are sitting at the portfolio level, you are more focused on how you're going to allocate resources, how you're going to utilize the company's reserves, how you are going to make the right investments, right? You are not really in the tactical or executional details, because you have teams for that. You have projects and operations and programs teams for that. You are more in the, like, if you are more in the leadership and guiding them in the right direction, right? So that's like more towards the like I said, it's about moving the organization more closer to their vision, because this is exactly why the organizations are there, why they are standing there, because they want to fulfill their vision, their mission. And portfolio management actually hugely contributes to any organization's vision and mission. If we don't have the portfolio management layer in between the vision, mission, and the project and program management, then the project and program management teams are going to struggle a lot, because they would be missing that very important piece of getting the right guidance from portfolio managers, right? And the senior executives, they do not like to intermingle with the project program managers like on a day-to-day basis or in that regular manner. So for that, we need portfolio managers. They actually bridge that gap between the project programs and the executive management. So yeah, I totally understand your point, and I'm very glad to know that you are in the right direction. So Natalia, people would like to know, or they would like to learn more from you, more specifically in the exam perspective. So if I ask you, I know this, of course, but I would like you to say this, that how much time did you spend actively for PfMP? I know that you have been preparing for many months, maybe like since September or so, but how much active time did you take for exam preparation?
I think it was a long journey because since I start since 2024. I make the course here in Colombia with a Colombian provider. I was victim of procrastination because always you can find something to do, always. And facing some challenge in my health and my personal life, and I thought to my husband, how can I do for pass this exam? And he told me, I think you have to looking for a English coach or someone can help you with process, but with the language too. I took a course and I started to study by myself. I think I felt some frustration because I was starting to study with the 𝗵𝗂𝗋 book, and the 𝗵𝗂𝗋 book was had strong questions, and I my score 40%, and I felt pretty sad, and I thought it's so tough to me. When my husband told me, he gave me his advice, I decided to contact you, Tooba. And it was pretty different journey. I started to study, but I think it's most important to study with the questions, because this exam you have to get the knowledge, the experience, but also you have to know how you answer the question. That way the answer the question to start. That's another knowledge that you have to get. Yeah, it was a long journey. I felt some insecure inside of me because I thought that was a big certification, and how I can't get that.
So when did you actually start on it? Like September last year, or maybe earlier than that?
2024, and I contact you.
2024. You started in 2024. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I contact you 2025.
Yes.
Yeah. So March, I don't remember this moment.
No, I think you contacted me somewhere in July or so, and I actually had to do some effort on my part to convince that I could be the right provider, because you were so you were so conscious about this language barrier thing. And yes, to our listeners, I would like to, and this is actually I would say, an inspirational story. And this is the reason why I wanted to interview Natalia, because she is like one of those delegates, and she's not the only one. I did have like other delegates earlier as well who used to have this type of constraint. So she didn't know English language, right? Because that's not her native language, and she didn't have to use this like for work or other professional reasons earlier as well. So, and this exam is not offered in any other language, at least as of now. So that was the biggest concern, because she knew portfolio management, but based on her experience, not like in the language in which the exam is offered. So she first had to learn the language, to understand the standard and the content, and then to practice everything that I provided, and to like communicate with me as well. That was also a challenge for her, but I tried my level best to bridge this gap for her as much as I could. And that actually took time for her. But the best part is that she never gave up. She never ever gave up. And this is actually commendable. This is actually something worth praising. This is not an easy thing to do. That you first learn the language, understand the context, and how to structure a sentence. Because in the exam, the questions are not that easy. And even for those who are the native speakers, the questions are not easy. I mean, the questions are not going to be very straightforward that this is a thing and what is the input, what is the output. No, these type of questions are not going to be in the exam. The questions are going to be highly integrated version of the different domains of portfolio management, like governance and strategy and communication, like all asked together in a scenario. And for that, you need to understand the context, like what they are actually saying in the question. And for that, you definitely need to understand grammar, vocabulary, and a different, of course, the vocabulary is not that difficult in the exam, but at least the grammar and structure is needed. I mean, that's very basic, right? So she had to actually start from that basic stuff. And for that, actually, she took that much long time. But the important part is that she did complete this journey successfully with above target score, right? So the point over here that I'm trying to make is consistency. The key to success is consistency. And see, in front of you, she is sitting confidently, and she's trying to narrate her story in the language which she is most afraid of. She's not giving up, she's trying. So keep trying, keep consistent, keep focused. And with that, anything is possible in this world. Anything. Like PfMP is a small target. Anything is possible. Now, Natalia, what do you say about this, about my speech?
You're right. You're right, Tooba. It's a long journey because sometimes it's very different when you attempt your exam in your native language. In my case, I thought to understand some expressions and change the sense of question. That was my first reason that I chose you as my mentor, because I need to understand the structure of questions, and also I needed to understand expressions and some kind of words that the questions having in the content. And I was a victim of procrastination. I repeat it. And I never give up, because I have most clear in my mind, in my life, that I wanted to get this certification, because I wanted to be the first lady and the first the first 10 people here in Colombia to get this certification. And honestly, it was a tough journey, because I had some questions and some concerns about my health, my work. There's a colleague of my work here, and it wasn't easy. And I think you was the best mentor, Tuba. Thank you. Really, I appreciate really your love.
Thank you so much, Natalia. And I really wish you success. I really admire people like you. And remember, I talked about like another delegate of mine while I was trying to convince you that you could do it if you are going to be persistent about it. And I told you about like another delegate of mine from Uzbekistan. He never spoke or write a single word of English in his own life because in his region, English is not needed. He speaks Russian. And he took an year to learn English first, and then like another 6 to 7 months to learn portfolio management. And he actually passed PfMP with all above targets. So we do have examples, like people do actually, they do wonders. The human brain actually is created by God in a way that it has the capability to do wonders. It's only the willpower. It's a game of willpower. With willpower, you can do anything. Right. Okay. So in Natalia, I would really like you to talk about your exam experience and why you were in the exam room those 4 hours in the exam. I mean, you were so scared about it. Remember, like 2 days, 3 days ago, before your exam, you were so anxious about it that how I'm going to manage time. I take a lot of time to read and absorb a question because of my constraint. So how I will cope up with the time, how I'm going to understand questions. If I'm going to take the break, my timer is going to still running. How did you cope up with all those challenges in the exam, and how did you manage time in your case, more specifically?
Yeah, day before the exam, yeah, I feel anxiety. It's normal. I had the experience of PMP time, and I knew that the management of time was pretty important and succeed criteria of succeed. And the day of exam, I took a good breakfast. Try to be not calm. I let to feel that stress on me. It's not a bad thing. It's contrary. It's a good thing. When I started exam, you have to look in your screen the timer with remaining time, and I knew that when the remaining time 1 hour half time, I had to make 90 questions. And when I advance making the exam, I took the watch, the time reminding, and I try to calibrate the time. And when I had to make the calculations, question of calculations, I had to try to make them consciously and not fast, and try to make the addition or subtraction and make it step by step. Those questions spend more time, but I wasn't worried for that. Some is balanced. You have to find questions easily, and then you have to find questions, strong questions. You have to read and read and read again and understand the answers. But another advice that can I give you to the people is to try to eliminate the wrong questions fast. You read and the options that doesn't make you sense, just eliminate, and then you have two options easily to understand what's the correct question, the right question. Yeah? After 2 hours, you will be tired. You will be, and it's very important to move your body, change the position, and maintain the dynamic of exam and dynamic of the answers. Felt some warm, and after 2 hours having seen it and making the calculations and read, your brain is tired, but your brain at the time your brain want to finish soon.
The last hour is difficult. The last hour is always difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult, but some it's meets of questions, and you won't be overstimulated or you have a lot of information to process, and then question process information a lot, but you have to find a good question, easy question, and then answer the strong question. And that it's pretty well, because you can get rest, some rest between questions.
So the bottom line is that with all your different situations and constraints, you still managed your time well, you managed your score well, you managed everything well, right? And that is the expectation from a manager, that no matter whatever the constraints, whatever reserves are available with you, you manage with that, right? This is the quality of a good manager, that whatever your situation is, you don't make excuses. You just try to make the things in the right direction with what you have. Well, okay, so Natalia, and to our listeners as well, there is no scheduled break in the exam. By scheduled break, I mean the break which is offered by PMI during the exam. So if you have to take the break, you can take it with the consent of your invigilator. However, your timer will be ticking. Like timer is not going to be stopped. So did you take breaks during the exam?
Okay, I didn't breaks. I didn't have breaks. During the exam, this certification doesn't have breaks. PMP does, but PfMP doesn't have breaks. And I had to make the exam for 4 hours continue. I couldn't to
So you didn't actually, you didn't stop for a while or to go back to the room where your stuff was kept, to have some water, to eat, to have something to eat. You didn't? No,
I couldn't. I couldn't because this exam hasn't breaks schedule, and I couldn't. I couldn't. For that reason, I had to took up a strong breakfast. I didn't take water. I took my coffee, strong coffee, and I couldn't to get out to bathroom or to take any breath.
Okay, understandable. Okay, so Natalia, you didn't hire me for your application process, but we still would like to talk about that, especially how did you make it work? Did you write it yourself, or did you hire someone else for that? Did you write it in your native language? I mean, I would like I would like you to speak about that, because application is also a very important area for this credential. And by application, I mean those experiences, portfolio management experiences, which is an eligibility requirement by PMI, the 8 years of overall experience, and a hardcore 4 years of portfolio management experience that you need to write in a particular format as advised by PMI. How did you manage that?
Well, when I started on 2024 to make the application, I spent 3 months making the application, because the content of the application has to be specific, of quality. You have to resume your experience and your knowledge, and also you have to show your experience in portfolio practices. And it was a challenge also to me, because I spent a lot of time to making the application process, but I made it by myself. Let me say. Because, however, I hired a course with a Colombian provider. I made the application alone. I just took my provider for to get from here the revision, the review of my application, but I made it completely alone. I built each experience with a mix of my experience, the portfolio practices, trying to show to PMI that I was eligible to get the certification. And I sent my application, and they answered me after 1 month, and they told me I was eligible for to make that to pass the panel review. That's a step, and the panel review spent one month, and then they told me the schedule my exam. Yeah, it was. I spent 3 months making my application, and for it was a run with me, and the PMI sent me an email when they told me I was selected to the random process.
Audit process.
Yeah, audit process, but it was a mistake. It was a mistake, and I couldn't to make the payment. I spent another long time to take the decision to make the appointment. Tooba knows that, because I wasn't sure about me. I wasn't sure about my preparation. I thought when I feel that I'm full preparation, pretty all teams start to me, and procrastination too.
You were scared, actually. You assumed that you will not be able to do that. It was just a false assumption, I would say. You can see yourself that you have done it, and you have done it so remarkably. So it's just about, it's there in the head. You can do it or you can't do it. It's there in the head. But I actually wasn't aware of that. I'm glad to know that you actually wrote your experiences by yourself, and that also got approved in the first attempt. This is also, something to actually appreciate, because even very senior profiles, C-level executives as well, who I work with for PfMP, they're not able to write their applications as per the PMI expectation. And if they do, at most of the time, if not all of the times, the application gets rejected by PMI as well. So they usually hire experts for the application. So I do write application. I mean, that's my regular thing. But not everybody is usually aware of the expectations. But if you could able to do that by yourself, you should understand that, like, you are a born portfolio manager, or you are an accomplished portfolio manager already, right?
Thank you too, but
okay, so Natalia, you actually opted for my prep course, my mock exams, and my mentoring and my consultancy support. So would you like to talk about anything that you would like to share to the audience, the quality of the mock exams, the support that I provided to you, how helpful was that? Or anything that you would like to add about the services that we provided to you in the PfMP capacity?
I think there was a best decision. I talked to hire you because your mocks has the best quality, and your mocks has the questions, the structure of questions are the same that your questions that you can find of the PfMP exam. And also, I felt your support, and you gave me advices, and I didn't take the course with you because I took my course with a Colombian provider, and I was on a part of journey that I needed to start to study with the questions theory and just make questions, prove, review my wrong questions, and understand another concepts. And I think your mocks are pretty with the structure of exam and the question of the exam. And I highly recommend you to as a mentor, and your mocks are the best for study. The questions of the exam and the structure of the calculation questions are the same that you learned me. When I saw this, I think it was a best decision to hire you, and I highly recommend you all the people that would like to get the certification, take your mocks. And I made 1,000 questions.
More than that, actually. More than that. You have attempted at least 1,200 to 1,400.
Oh my God.
And some of those were repeated as well. Like you have done twice or thrice as well.
Yeah.
But
it was a good advice.
But you can say it with experience now that was needed. That strategy was needed. That this was the strategy from our side, that you do it in this order, in this manner, with this set of you didn't really go for our recorded videos. Otherwise, usually people go for the full course, and they go for the videos and slides and the learning part as well. So in that case, first that thing, then mocks, then and the order of the mocks is also important, because not every mock is of the same difficulty level, is of the same expectation. So it's about like crossing the ladder step by step, and if you try to jump over, then you probably would fall down, right? So this part is important. This is exactly where the mentors are needed, because they're going to they know how to make it work, and they are going to guide you the right way. So in the end, Natalia, I would like you to talk about how a PfMP certified professional can retrieve the payback on the investment, the money and the time investment that they have made. What is your opinion about this return on investment?
Well, honestly, I think you can measure the payback for one reason. You have to do this because this certification gives you the status, the improve your skills, your career. And when you make a payment in a course or mocks or material of preparation, you are investment in your improve and in your career, but you don't know in this moment how this investment will increase, I think the value of to having the certification or making the succeed in your company, you can measure that, because the investment that you make in your preparation, you will be the fruits more years ahead. And you can measure exactly the payback. I mean, it's not enough your job, it's not enough your customers. It's more than that. You will get more than you can imagine. I lived this experience with my PMP. I made the PMP exam, I get the certification. But when 5 years ahead, I get the payback of this process. And also, I think with these certifications will be similar, and you will get more than you can imagine and more than you can invest.
I also feel the same, Natalia, because at times that I received this question from delegates, then when will I start seeing the results? When will I start receiving outcomes? When will I get a new job? When will I get promotion? When will I get salary raise based on this? And I just respond like always the same way, that there is no set formula of benefits realization with these credentials. It majorly depends on how you sell out yourself in the market, in the region, in the organization. And to be honest, it's not all about tangible benefits. It's more about intangible than it is about tangible, in my opinion, because intangible has to be realized first to uh, aim for the tangible ones. This is how I see it. So expecting that overnight or maybe within 1 to 2 months, you are going to get like a new job or exposure, or maybe you will start getting that limelight in the market, in the organization. Maybe yes, if you are going to be lucky enough, maybe yes. But usually the benefits realization from these credentials, not only PfMP, I'm talking about all the credentials, be it PMP, be it Brainstore, be it ITIL, any credential, it usually works the same way. But the core of it is the knowledge, the experience that you have gained, the expertise that you have established and you could further establish based on this. And you just keep on going. You just keep yourself in the continuous improvement cycle. I believe it this way, that this is like everyday's effort, like small baby steps that you take towards your eventual goal, is how it defines you. Right. So I also feel it the same way, but learning never goes wasted. This is also true. Learning always is used. One way or the other, your skill set, your learning outcomes are never a waste. This is for sure. So
Yeah, I agree with you.
yeah. I actually can talk about myself as well. I became a globally recognized trainer and mentor after doing my PfMP. So I actually could see a new world, a new set of opportunities just because of this credential. Of course, I did a lot of different other courses and certifications after that as well. But this journey of mine started after I achieved my PfM. So you never know. You never know what life is going to bring to you. You just have to wait, watch, and keep on working for that, right? Okay, Natalia, in the end, I would like you to advise anything that you feel appropriate to the PfMP aspirants, especially those who are actively preparing for it.
Well, the first advice I can give you is don't procrastinate. If you make the course, please make the application and then schedule the time. Because when you take a break, when you finish or you forget the process, it's more hard to get a start again. It's pretty tough. And that's my second advice I can give you. It's make the certification. It doesn't matter of the when you told Tooba the increase of salary or another tangible benefit. Just do it, and I can assure you, you will get more than increase of salary. Another advice that was pretty useful to me is to read the questions and try to eliminate the wrong questions and try to understand why this answer is the wrong answer. It's a good technique that was useful to me. Make all the mocks, understand how was your questions, how my English is not my native language. I understand in my language my mistakes, and that was very well too, because I couldn't understand exactly why my mistakes And it was if you aren't English speaker, you have to understand in your language. It's very important. And also, I think the questions make you open your mind. If maybe you doesn't know how facing a challenge in your job, when you read the questions, you can understand the context and understand the typical situations that you can facing when you are a PF manager, portfolio manager. Also, you can learn from the questions more than the exam. Another advice could be make positive and focus. In my case, I had more compromise. I studied Portuguese, working. I'm a mom. I'm a family, and if you have to focus on this just 4 or 6 months. That would be better. And that's it, 𝗃𝗏.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Natalia. That was such a fantastic advice. And yes, I would also advise the same to everybody, that if you have made up your mind to go in a certain direction, just don't be scared. Just jump into that and experience, explore. You are going to learn a lot. Maybe you're going to fail. This is a possibility that you are going to fail, but in that process, the learning opportunities, exploration, the people you are going to meet, that may create some new opportunities, some new horizons for you. At least I see it this way. I see every opportunity in the same way. I feel that being a human, it's okay to fail, but it's not okay to not try. You should keep on trying. You should keep on moving forward. You should keep on learning, and you should not compromise on your objectives, like whatever objectives or whatever vision you have set for yourself, for your life, and for different people around you. Like they have a very important role to play. Try to keep them engaged in the process, especially your family, your friends, your colleagues, everybody, because that also makes the process easy. So this is also an important thing. And one other thing that I would like to I would like to mention in case of Natalia is, Natalia, in all this process, in all this journey, apart from earning your PfMP and learning portfolio management the PMI way, one other byproduct that you could think of is the English language, that you have learned to write and speak both, right? This is a huge outcome. That's like an added advantage that you have received from this journey, no?
Yeah. I think when you told that the knowledge never will be wasted. You will learn of this process, and you will get more tools and more strategy to face in your personal investment also. And in my experience, in this moment, I had the knowledge of applying the different tools to portfolios, and you maybe won't apply the whole world of portfolios, but you know how the tool is the best for any situation, And I think more than the PMI certification, with this journey, you will get the knowledge, a big knowledge, and that you can apply in your job and any situation of management, In my case, I can in this moment apply all the portfolio management practices and procedures, but I will try to introduce your concept, and I will try to make the environment make it possible.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm sure whoever is going to listen it for their PfMP preparation and to learn from you, they are definitely going to enjoy it. I'm seeing a colleague, I think this person is coming from your organization. John, do you have a question for Natalia? We are just wrapping up the session. So if you want to ask anything from her, just feel free to go for it. Her name is John, right?
Yeah, John.
John.
One.
Sure. Okay. I believe she's on mute. It's okay. I think we are already done with the conversation, Natalia, and of course, it's like about time as well that we conclude this session. So, our participants and our listeners, we are offering our PfMP course, mentoring course. If you are interested, you can reach out to us. The communication channels are in front of you. You can reach out on the WhatsApp or on LinkedIn, or there are other channels as well, and we can talk about your use case, like the way we discussed and understood Natalia's case, and accordingly we customize the plan for her. We could customize the plan. We could create a study plan and a roadmap based on your use case as well. And we can take this forward. Thank you very much, everyone. I will see you very soon with a new PfMP success story. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Thank you, Natalia.
Thank you, 𝗃𝗏.
Have a good day.
Have a good day too.